Hello guys, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you back. I know it's been a while, but there have a lot of things been going on in my life, but now we're back and I have created a little series for you. I'm calling it the Productive Quarantine, and I basically want to give you tips, depending on the profession that you have, on things that you can do with your extra time now while you are at home in quarantine. If you've never seen a video from me, hi, my name is SaBine. I am a growth mindset coach for millennial femtrepreneurs, and I pretty much help them, when it comes to building their online business if they are standing in their own way. So we're talking about limiting beliefs, how to get over them, how to create good habits, how to create a clear vision for your business, and then how to take action. Simple as that. So if you're interested in that, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here and really help you to increase your tendency towards a growth mindset so that also you can create the business of your dreams. But with that being said, let's just jump into today's video, which is all about things that you can do as a freelancer when you're currently stuck at home during quarantine time. Now I have subcategorized the things that I want to say into two categories. First one being productive work and the other is proactive work. So everything that you can do in the productive category are kind of things that will help you in your freelance business to go to the next level right away. Whereas the proactive work are things that you can also do right away, but they will especially be beneficial to you in the long run. But before we start with those tips, I just really want to beseech you and really make sure that you are staying at home. It is really essential that we really do the isolating, the social distancing from other people as much as we can, because it really does prevent the virus from spreading at a very fast rate. So please stay at home, stay with your family, and if you want to see your friends or other family members, then just Skype them or use any other sort of voice call or video call in a sense, and just hang out with them in that sense. I've been now self-quarantining for 5 weeks. I just had to take a plane from Tenerife to Finland because we had to evacuate, but that's pretty much it. I've just been at home and I'm doing great. I'm doing fine, and so will you. So really just stay at home. Now let's just start with the first category, and that is productive work. Now I will keep this YouTube video quite short. If you want to hear me talk more about each of those tips that I'm giving you, then you can hop over to my podcast, because for every single video that I'm creating, I have a long podcast episode. So if you want to hear more tips and more thoughts on the things that I'm saying, then you can always hop there and then listen to the full episode. I will have the link down in the description box for you. So my first productive tip on things that you can do while being in quarantine is check for other platforms, because I don't know how you are getting clients in your freelance business. When I started as a freelancer, I got all of my clients from Upwork, but there's also other platforms like Fiverr and many more. So you know that on more platforms you are, of course, then the bigger your reach is, so you can get more clients, maybe even ask for different prices on different channels. So I would really recommend for you to just check on other platforms, check the demand there based on what you're doing, and then really figure out on whether it would be worth for you to just go there, register, and get also some additional clients from there. My next point is about decluttering your profile, because as we know, when we are freelancers, of course, we want to showcase everything that we've done, all of the very positive feedback from clients that we've worked with, but it can get really overwhelming. You always have to think about your clients, when they hop onto your profile, they're looking for specific things. So if they see 10 different kind of works that you've done, maybe 10 different categories, then they might be overwhelmed. So really, try to keep it down a notch, really just emphasize on the things that you are very excellent in, also maybe categories or different sectors and areas that you are excellent in. Highlight those, and then the rest will be in your profile anyways. So make it really clear for your client what they can expect from working with you, and then really point those out, highlight them, and then the rest they will see in your profile anyways. Now my third tip is about you recording a video for your profile. This is so essential, guys, because I feel like, at the end of the day, if you have a client, even if it's an online client, there's still another person sitting on the other side of the screen. So I think that it's really important that, they can see you and build that trust with you via video, because there's so many people out there, And if people just basically just talk to them in a written context, then I always feel like it's just a text, like you're kind of making a contract with a text in a sense. So if people can see you, like if your future clients can see you in a video and, you know, see you talking, hear your voice, I think that it's much easier for them to build trust to you, and then it will of course be much easier and much more likely for them to actually hire you. So it's really easy actually, you know, just like me, just sit down, record maybe like a 30-second video, again highlighting all of the things that you are really excellent in, and also the benefits of you, maybe your work ethics, you know, just like those things that you would also maybe would like to hear from a potential client, like all of those kind of things that just make you more trustworthy. Put that in a 30-second video and then pop it into your profile. Now my next tip is about income streams, and as you know, as a freelancer, it is really difficult, especially in these times right now, that if you only have 1 or 2 clients and if they have budget cuts or maybe they cannot really afford you anymore, then your income is going to suffer drastically. So what you really want to make sure is that you have more than one income stream. And I'm not only talking about services, maybe you even want to consider selling products, you know, maybe packages and those kind of things. Again, here different platforms offer different things on how you can sell your services and make money. So in this time now, use your extra hours that you have and really make sure that you divide your income into several income streams. You'll thank me later. And now my next tip is also related to the previous tip, but it's also one tip that I really love to give to freelancers, and that is considering turning your freelance into an actual business. Because I think that on those freelance websites, depending on the things that you're doing, there is so much competition that just the prices keep dropping and dropping and dropping. So if you kind of take away your services from those platforms, what ultimately happens is that if you kind of apply to your dream clients outside of those platforms, you can have a much higher income because basically the competition is much lower, or at least it is much more difficult for your client to compare you to other services or to other freelancers. And I feel like just in general, it's much more sustainable to have your own business on the things that you're doing. And one way, and that is also connected to my next tip, is to build your own website, or if you already have one, then definitely redo it. I think it's so important to really have your own website because I feel like, you know, there are so many social media platforms, and over the years we have been active on different social media platforms and have left a lot of, you know, details and like stuff that we said. So I think that if your potential clients are going to Google you, you want to make sure that you are as professional as you can be. And having a website basically does that for you, because you can showcase all of the things that you want and really just kind of have this impression that you want your personal, or not your personal, your future clients to get from you, right? So what I like to do, I'm currently building my own website. I basically gather everything, like all of my social media platforms. I have like different categories on my website so that people kind of see in one batch what it is I'm doing, what it is I'm offering. And I feel like that is much more professional than just kind of having everything, you know, kind of on all kinds of platforms, and then people have to go and look for the things that you're doing. And then also, you know, we never know, you know, if people kind of come across you and then they want to buy from you, but they kind of have to register at those kind of platforms first in order for them to find your service. It's not really easy for them, so they would probably turn and hire someone else. So just make sure that everything that you are offering, you have on your website. And my next tip also concerns your website, and that is about gathering feedback. And that's super easy. You can basically just ask your current or even your previous clients if all of the feedback that they have given you, if you can basically use it on your website. Maybe put like even the company, like with their logo on your website, and then just write the things that people said about you and your services. And that again will make it easier for you in the future to find better and higher paying clients. Now for my next tip, if you don't want to build your own business, that's perfectly fine. But if you stick with those online services, then really make sure that you keep your pricing up to date, because it is kind of a trap that a lot of people find themselves in, especially with long-term clients, that they kind of start undercharging themselves after a while. Because, for example, if you have a client and you've been working with them for, say, like 3 years or something, and with newer clients, you would charge like $10 an hour more than with the clients that you still have. So, of course, you are undercharging yourself. If you get like, I don't know, let's just say like $35 from your old client per hour, and with your new client you are charging like $45, $50, $60, then you are really undercharging yourself, because of course as you work more you also improve your skills, so your services get better, and you don't want to undercharge yourself. You are worth the amount that you're charging your new clients just as much as you are charging your old clients. So you want to make sure that they also pay you for the services that you're giving them. And then my last tip for productive work as a freelancer at home right now in quarantine is to update your LinkedIn profile. I think that is so important. I feel like there are so many people who really underestimate the power of LinkedIn, because one thing that I always like to say is that you never know where your next client is going to come from, right? So neglecting a professional LinkedIn profile can be so dangerous, because like I said, you never know where your next client is going to come from. And because LinkedIn is such a professional network where people are not only looking for their next, employee, they're also looking for freelancers there. And they do look for freelancers with keywords. So you really want to make sure that you have all your feedback, even all of the projects that you've done on your LinkedIn profile, maybe even link it to other people's pages, so people can have a look right away on the things that you've done. It's perfectly possible. And just really make sure that you are on LinkedIn as professional as you are on these platforms where you are offering your services from. And that video that we talked about earlier that I asked you to put on your platform here, you can just as well put on LinkedIn. That's perfectly possible. And then again, people will get a better, more professional first impression of you when they are visiting your profile. So that's all for the productive tips. And now let's just hop over to the proactive work that you can do now that you're at home in quarantine. And my first one is take online classes. Why is that so important? Well, as a freelancer, you know that the business, our economy, it's constantly changing. There is always something new, always new services, always new technologies. Basically, there is so much change in what you're doing that pretty much if you don't keep up with the changes that are happening, depending on your services, they might be outdated like really fast, faster than you would even want to. So it's really important that you dedicate to becoming a lifelong learner, and then use the time that you have right now. Inform yourself about the things that are coming up right now, things that will be in high demand fairly soon, because now you can take online courses and really get your skills there and then offer these services as soon as you can. My other tip is similar to that, and that is joining a mastermind. I love being in masterminds. I think that it is so important to kind of have these like-minded people around you that you can always celebrate your wins with, but also discuss things that are related to your business. Again, if you want to hear more about that, then hop over to my podcast episode. I go really deep into masterminds, the do's and the don'ts. So just go there, listen to it, and then you will learn more about that. And just as much as online courses and being in a mastermind group can help you, hiring a coach or a mentor is also essential. Now again, I talk really detailed in my podcast episode, but I'm just going to say so much that if you are really determined in increasing a certain skill or improving yourself in a certain area, then having a coach or a mentor, I think, is the best way in getting that. And that is for two reasons. Now, the first thing is that there is, of course, I personally think that all of the things that you can learn, you can get it for free online. Everything that I know about my business, I learned 90% for free online, watching YouTube videos and getting content from those kind of podcasts. Now, if you compare the time that you spend, looking for videos, trying to figure out what's going to help you, watching those videos, trying to implement them, and then figuring out if it's even going to work for you or not, that takes so much time. And if you think about your hourly rate and how much you're kind of paying yourself to do that research, having a coach can be so much cheaper, because your coach will know where you are at, all of the things that you already know, and because from experience, from that niche that they are in, they will know which is what is going to work for you, what will be the best practices that will help you to improve a certain skill. So in that sense, a coach, of course, at the first glance might seem quite expensive, but I feel like depending on the skill that you want to learn and how much time it will take for you to do all of the research yourself based on your hourly rate, a coach might actually be a cheaper option. And also a way faster option, because initially what you're doing is you will, meet with your coach maybe once a week for an hour, and they're going to give you all of the information, everything that you're going to need right away within that 1 hour. And also they're going to give you so much motivation. So all you have to do after that call is to really implement it right away, and you will also know how to implement it. So again, this is a faster way for you to improve your skill. And my last tip, like, don't switch off the video right now. I know it is a really tedious topic, but it is doing your taxes. Again, if you do it now, you will thank yourself later, because we all have to do taxes, especially if you are a freelancer. Then obviously you have to do your annual income report anyway. So instead of just sitting there in April and freaking out about the amount of work it takes and like maybe becoming like super anxious and stuff, just do yourself the favor and sit down right now already. You know, if you have done it already before, then you know the kind of categories that you have to cover. So just, like I said, do yourself the favor and maybe every week sit down and already, you know, categorize all of your expenses and your income. Like I said, you thank yourself later. And that's pretty much all that I had to say for this video. I really hope you liked it. I hope you took away some tips on things that you can do right now, things that will definitely help you improve your freelance business. So let me know down in the comments what you thought. Maybe there were some new things that you haven't even thought about. I would really love to hear that. And if you are an entrepreneur or YouTuber or a podcaster or whatever, I don't know yet, I haven't written all of the scripts, then definitely subscribe, because this productive quarantine series will continue for a couple of other professions and things that people are doing online. So if you don't want to miss out, then definitely subscribe. After the series, I will also hop back into my normal kind of routine, which is all about growth mindset and fixed mindset in relations to building an online business. So again, if you don't want to miss out, then subscribe. I can't wait to talk to you in the comment section down below. I also have all of my other socials like Instagram in the description box, so hop on over there, send me a DM. And that's pretty much it. I hope you learned something. Let me know, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.